The New England Revolution is an American professional soccer club based in Foxborough, Massachusetts that competes in Major League Soccer. It is one of the 10 charter clubs of MLS, having competed in the league since its inception. The club is owned by Robert Kraft, who also owns the New England Patriots. The name Revolution refers to the New England region's significant involvement in the American Revolution. The Revs currently play their home matches at Gillette Stadium. The club played their home games at the adjacent and now demolished Foxborough Stadium, from 1996 until 2001. The Revs hold the distinction of being the only original MLS team to have every league game in its history televised. The Revolution were one of the 10 original MLS franchises to compete in the league's inaugural season. However, it took them until 2007, their 12th year of existence, to win their first trophy, the 2007 US Open Cup. The following year, they won the 2008 North American Superliga. The Revolution have never won an MLS Cup nor MLS Supporters Shield, despite reaching the MLS Cup finals in 2002, 2005, 2006, and 2007. And having the second-best regular season record in 2005. History: the early years, 1996 to 2001, the inaugural Revolution team featured several U.S. men's national team regulars returning from abroad to be part of the new league. Despite the presence of Alexi Lalas, Mike Burns, and Joe Max Moore, however, the team was one of only 2 that failed to make the playoffs of the then 10-team league. The following season, the squad made the playoffs, but failed to advance past the first round. For the next 5 years, this would be the Revs' best playoff result as a revolving door of players and head coaches failed to make much of an impact on the fledgling league. Attendance in these early years was high despite the team's poor on-field performances. More than 15,000 people per match regularly came to watch the Revolution play in the old Foxborough Stadium. The Revs did manage to make the final of the 2001 US Open Cup, but they lost to the Los Angeles Galaxy on a golden goal by Danny Califf. It was a harbinger of finals to come for the Revolution. The Steve Nicol era, 2002 to 2011, Liverpool great Steve Nicol was appointed on a full-time basis for the 2002 season. Since he took over, Nicol only failed once to guide the Revolution to a playoff berth, a league record 8 straight seasons, failing for the first time in 2010. The first 6 of those berths resulted in an appearance in the conference final or better, including 3 consecutive MLS Cup finals from 2005 to 2007. Since the 2008 season, the Revs have failed to go further than the first round of the playoffs. Still, Nicol was respected as one of the best coaches in the league. Playoff success, 2002 to 2007. In his first season in charge, Nicol guided the Revs to a first-place finish in the Eastern Conference. The team advanced through the playoffs to the MLS Cup final, where they lost to the Galaxy again, this time 1-0 on a golden goal by Carlos Ruiz. After losing in the conference finals in 2003 and 2004, the Revs repeated their 2002 feat, finishing tops in the East and losing to LA 1-0 in extra time again in 2005. New England had a real chance to win their first MLS championship, in MLS Cup 2006, against the Houston Dynamo. After Taylor Twellman scored in the 113th minute, the Revs allowed an equalizing header from the Dynamo's Brian Ching less than a minute later that sent the game to penalty kicks, where the Revs lost 4-3. The 2007 MLS Cup was a rematch from the previous year, though the result was the same as Houston defeated New England 2-1. Their 2002 MLS Cup appearance granted them a spot in the 2003 CONCACAF Champions Cup, but lost their first matchup 5-3 on aggregate after playing 2 games on the road to El de Alajuelense. The Revolution again faced El de Alajuelense of Costa Rica in the home and away 2006 CONCACAF Champions Cup. The home game was played February 22, 2006, in Bermuda, despite some fans feeling that playing at Gillette Stadium and the adverse conditions of winter in New England could have been advantageous. The Revs failed to advance, as they drew 0-0 in Bermuda and lost 0-1 in Costa Rica. Minor trophies. Rebuilding, 2007 Euro present. In the 2007 season, the Revs made it to 2 cup finals. Though they lost the MLS Cup match of that year to the Houston Dynamo, they defeated FC Dallas to win their first ever trophy, the 2007 US Open Cup. The victory qualified the club for the preliminary round of the newly expanded CONCACAF Champions League. Additionally, their top 4 finish qualified them for Superliga 2008. This meant the Revolution would be competing in 4 different competitions during the 2008 season. The Revolution had an excellent run in the beginning of the 2008 season. By mid-July, they were leading the overall MLS table and had finished as the number 1 overall seed in Superliga. The team won the tournament, defeating the Houston Dynamo on penalties to earn a small amount of revenge for their successive MLS Cup defeats. Unfortunately, the team's second trophy in as many seasons would be the high point for the 2008 Revs. Fixture congestion led to a rash of injuries and general fatigue, and the team crashed out the Champions League with an embarrassing 4-0 home defeat to regional minnows Joe Public FC of Trinidad and Tobago. The team also struggled in domestic play, limping to a third-place finish in the East and losing to the Chicago Fire in the first round of the playoffs. The Revs did manage a semi-final appearance in the 2008 Open Cup, but lost to DC United and failed to defend their 2007 title. In 2009, the Revs continued the mediocrity that had plagued the second half of their 2008 season, losing to Chicago again in the first round of the playoffs. The team also lost to Chicago in the semi-finals of the 2009 Superliga. 2010 started even more dismally than 2009, with the team failing to put together an unbeaten streak longer than 3 games until July. Despite the abysmal progress, this unbeaten streak coincided with the Revs' 3rd consecutive Superliga appearance, and for the second time in 3 years, the team made the competition's final, but lost 2-1 to Monarcas Morelia of Mexico. The team failed to make the playoffs in either 2010 or 2011, and at the end of the 2011 season, announced they had parted ways with manager Steve Nicol, who had managed the team for 10 years. The team began to go in a different direction when they hired former player Jay Heaps as head coach. The 2012 season was another disappointment, but the 2013 was a different story. The team finished 3rd place in the Eastern Conference, making the playoffs for the first time since 2009. In the April 2014 issue of Boston Magazine, journalist Kevin Alexander named the Kraft family as the worst owners in the league in an article that contrasted the family's sparkling reputation as NFL owners with their alleged lack of interest in MLS and the Revolution. Colors and badge. The club badge is stylized, based on the flag of the United States, with some of the stars made into a soccer ball. The overall design mirrors the 1994 FIFA World Cup logo. The home kit is navy, and the away white, both with red detail. Therefore the colors are the same as the national team of the United States. This is also consistent with their sister team, the National Football League's New England Patriots. In 2011, the Revolution announced that United Healthcare would be their jersey sponsor. Its logo is on the home and away jerseys. Stadium. Foxborough Stadium. Foxborough, Massachusetts, Gillette Stadium. Foxborough, Massachusetts, Lusitano Stadium. Ludlow, Massachusetts. 3 games in U.S. Open Cup, Veterans Stadium. New Britain, Connecticut. 4 games in U.S. Open Cup, Soldiers Field Soccer Stadium. Boston, Massachusetts. 1 game in U.S. Open Cup, Stevenson Field. Providence, Rhode Island. 1 game in U.S. Open Cup. The Revolution has played its home games in Foxborough, Massachusetts since its inception initially at the Foxborough Stadium and subsequently at its replacement, Gillette Stadium. It shares the stadium with the New England Patriots of the National Football League. Soccer-specific stadium. On June 14, 2006, MLS announced that the Revolution were hoping to build a new soccer-specific stadium. Bids have gone out to local towns around New England to see where the Revs could have a stadium built. On August 2, 2007, the Boston Herald published an article stating that the city of Somerville and Revolution officials have held preliminary discussions about building a 20,000 to 25,000-seat stadium on a 100-acre site off of Innerbelt Road near Interstate 93, and could cost anywhere between $50 and $200 million based on other similar soccer-specific stadiums built by Major League Soccer teams. After a 2-year hiatus, the Revolution renewed their plans to build a stadium in Somerville since the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority finalized its Green Line maintenance facility plans. In a July 2010 interview with team owner Kraft has said that over $1 million has been invested in finding a suitable site, preferably in the urban core. However, the club also has 3 other sites in consideration in the event of the proposal's termination. The record attendance of the New England Revolution in Foxborough is 57,407, in a match against the Tampa Bay Mutiny in 1997. As Boston attempts to bid for the 2024 Summer Olympics, it has been suggested that the Revs could use the 60 to 80,000-seat stadium proposed to be built for the opening and closing ceremonies as a new home in the city. Club culture, supporters groups. The team's supporters clubs are called the Midnight Riders, the Rebellion and the Reverend Army. The name Midnight Riders is in honor of the famous rides of Paul Revere and William Dawes, who announced the departure of British troops from Boston to Concord at the beginning of the American Revolution. The 3 groups together occupy the north stand of the stadium, which they have nicknamed the Fort. The Fort is a general admission section and draws its name from the revolutionary theme which runs through the team and independent supporters associations. Rivalries. The club's main rival is widely considered to be New York Red Bulls, due to the rivalry stemming from other Boston-New York rivalries in other professional sports such as the Knicks-Celtics rivalry in the NBA and the Yankees-Red Sox rivalry in Major League Baseball. Since 2002 the Revs boast an undefeated streak against the Red Bulls at games taken place on Gillette Stadium, which has intensified the rivalry between the teams. In recent years the Revolution have built rivalries with fellow Eastern Conference teams DC United and Chicago Fire. These 3 teams have faced each other on numerous occasions in the playoffs. In a poll on the club's official site, New England fans consider the Chicago Fire the Revs' most bitter rival as the clubs have clashed many times in the MLS playoffs and regular season, usually producing unsportsmanlike conduct from both sets of players and many post-match confrontations. The Houston Dynamo are also considered a rival due their league championship meetings in 2006 and 2007. Broadcasting. All Revolution matches are televised locally in high definition on Comcast Sportsnet New England. Nationally televised matches air on ESPN, ESPN2, and the NBC Sports Network. All matches are broadcast on radio by WBZ-FM, but this is a simulcast of the TV feed. Brad Feldman handles play-by-play on both TV and radio with Paul Mariner doing color commentary. Matches had previously been aired on WSBK-TV in standard definition. Players and staff, current roster, where a player has not declared an international allegiance, nation is determined by place of birth. Squad correct as of January 30, 2013. Out on loan, where a player has not declared an international allegiance, nation is determined by place of birth. Squad correct as of January 30, 2013. Notable former players. This list of former players includes those who received international caps while playing for the team, made significant contributions to the team in terms of appearances or goals while playing for the team, or who made significant contributions to the sport either before they played for the team, or after they left. It is clearly not yet complete and all-inclusive, and additions and refinements will continue to be made over time. See also all-time New England Revolution roster, head coaches, Frank Stapleton, Thomas Runyon, Walter Zenga, Steve Nicol, Fernando Clavijo, Steve Nicol, Jay Heaps, general managers, Brian O'Donovan, Todd Smith, Craig Thornburg, Michael Burns, Achievements Mills Cup, runners-up, 2002, 2005, 2006, 2007. MLS Supporters Shield, runners-up, 2005. MLS Eastern Conference, winners, 2002, 2005, winners, 2002, 2005, 2006, 2007. Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, winners, 2007, runners-up, 2001. North American Superliga, winners, 2008, runners-up, 2010. MLS Fair Play Award, winners, 2003, 2008, 2012. Record, year by year, team records, as of October 27, 2013. Games played, Shalrie Joseph, games started, Shalrie Joseph, minutes played, Shalrie Joseph, goals, Taylor Twellman, assists, Steve Ralston, game-winning goals, Taylor Twellman, game-winning assists, Steve Ralston, hat-tricks, Taylor Twellman, multi-goal games, Taylor Twellman, penalty kick goals, Shalrie Joseph, games played in goal, Matt Race, games started in goal, Matt Race, minutes played in goal, Matt Race, goals against average, Matt Race, wins, Matt Race, saves, Matt Race, shutouts, Matt Race, active, all-time regular season record, 208 to €242 to €111, average attendance, regular season playoffs. 1996, 19,025, 1997, 21,423/16,233, 1998, 19,188, 1999, 16,735, 2000, 15,463/10,723, 2001, 15,645, 2002, 16,927/19,018, 2003, 14,641/14,823, 2004. 12,226/5,679, 2005, 12,525/13,849, 2006, 11,786/9,372, 2007, 16,787/10,217, 2008, 17,580/5,221, 2009, 13,732/7,416, 2010, 12,987, 2011. 13,222, 2012, 14,002, 2013, 14,861/15,164. All-time, 15,555/11,611. References. External links. Official website.